Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We got an exciting day for us today. Hopefully we can finally fix what's been making my car misfire. Finally ended up getting some brand new injectors from Honda. These are actually kind of pricey, almost 400 bucks for the set, but if it means I could get to go on track in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna do it. So the first thing I'm actually gonna do is actually remove my strut bar because it's gonna be in the way of my intake manifold, which is right under here, because we're gonna have to remove that to get to the injectors. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that first, then we'll get moving. Just finished removing the strut bar. We are off to a great start. So now we have more access to our intake manifold, because below that is going to be our fuel rail where our injectors are at. So right now I'm gonna try to figure out which of all these hoses I need to remove. And I'm kind of worried that my catch can is going to get in the way, so I'm also contemplating removing that. Alright, now that the catch can is out, probably going to move to removing this black clip, our fuel line, which is that clear plastic, or this white plastic right here, and maybe these hoses and this sensor right here. The fuel line was kind of tricky. You just remove the white clip, and you got this little green tab right here where you see there's two ends to it. You got to press both, and then you can pull this black part off. So that means my fuel feed line is disconnected from the car, so that should be good to remove our intake. Alright, now comes the tricky part of removing our intake manifold. Let me get close. We have one right there, two right here, and the third one is all the way back there. That one right there. And then we also have some under, but that's gonna be hard to see. So let's get to it. Alright, so I got two bolts off on top, two bolts on the bottom. The one that was all the way in the back was tricky to get, and I accidentally dropped it. So I'm gonna have to find that. But we almost have the intake manifold off. All I gotta do is work on the throttle body right here. I think I'm just gonna remove our intercooler piping, and it should give it enough room to pull it back. Alright, sorry for not recording, but I managed to get it off. So right here I just had to disconnect a couple of brackets that holds my wiring harness in place. This was a 12 mil. There's two that were right here that are 10 mils. Disconnected this hose that runs into here. Got all the bolts off and then just moved it out of the way. Now we have access to our fuel rail right here. And I need to find cylinder 1, which is having the misfire, and swap that injector out. Alright guys, we're making good progress right now. We got the intake manifold removed. We have moved our fuel rail out of the way, and now we have down there our injectors that are off. Now all we gotta do is disconnect our injectors, throw in our brand new ones, and now just do the reverse order of everything. All right, we got our 4 injectors out, 1 through 4. We also got our little retainers off. So what I'm gonna do right now is put these new injectors in. So you just gotta connect the plug, and the way the retainer goes is you're gonna slide it in through here, and then the injectors have these little slots, these indents, which is where these would slide in. So you put it in. It's hard to do with one hand. Goes down a bit, like so. And when you put it back in, the fuel rail is going to sit on this and actually push it down. So that's how the injector is going to get seated. Luckily we do get new retainers. So we're gonna now go ahead and reinstall. Alright, fuel rail is back on with the new injectors. All I gotta do now is put our intake manifold back on. But first of all, I'm gonna clean up the inside a little bit, just wipe it down with like a paper towel or something before I throw it back on. Alright guys, welcome back. It's actually a couple days now since I did the injector install. I didn't finish recording because I want to go turn on the car, check everything, and I was still having that misfire on cylinder 1. So after doing spark plugs, coil packs, checking for leaks, injectors, uploading a different tune, couldn't figure it out. So ended up taking it to a buddy's shop, and hopefully he can fix it. It's gonna be there for a couple days. But on the bright side, he let me borrow one of his not new cars, but new to us. So